computer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put in the chat where you tuning in from. Put in the chat one word to describe your day. And welcome to the last day of September, the last day of the third quarter, all of those good things. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I am going to go ahead and jump in real quickly just to share a little bit about Empowered by DS before we get going with our presenter today, who is always a wealth of knowledge when it comes to um, women's health. So, welcome to Let's Talk About It Tuesday. We have not been together for a couple of weeks with our Field the Till, and I'll talk about that in a minute. We had revival at church, and I need to be revived, so I went and made a decision not to host our Tuesday night, and it was very rewarding. So I'm so glad I did. I didn't regret that. But Empowered by DS, who are we? It's myself and my two daughters. Our whole mission and our whole vision for Empowered by DS is to empower women to be the best version of themselves in the current season of their lives. And we do that through experiences. So here are some of our signature events. We have host some in-person events. We always kick off the year with our vision board party, which is a part of our empowerment series that we host. I'm trying to turn off my fan. Empowerment series that we host. So our theme for this year was Dive to Thrive in 2025. So we held our empowerment breakfast, but then instead of us having in second quarter a breakfast, we actually had a retreat, the Escape to Empower Me retreat, one day away to Nashville. Then we did our third empowerment series, was a virtual, our mid-year check-in, and then on October 25th we'll have our last one, and it's going to be hybrid. So we're going to host it locally in person, but you also have the opportunity for those of you who want to finish this quarter off strong, who want to make sure that they are setting themselves up not to just finish strong, but to start the new year off right. You want to be at the October 24th empowerment workshop. So that's on October 25th, and I'll have more information. I'll have more information with that this coming week. But at the end of the year, the last event we're going to have at the end of the year is our Vision of Victory. The whole purpose of that is to close people out. So instead of you just setting up this vision board at the beginning of the year and nobody paying attention, you doing nothing with it, the whole point of the Vision to Victory is that you are able to celebrate your successes that happen throughout the year towards your vision. So sometimes we don't complete the vision, but we're making progress towards the vision. So that helps us do that. Also, we just had we do our Divas Dinner and Dialogue this Friday night. Hopefully you can attend if you are local to us. I'm excited because Tanger Outlet is our sponsor. We also have a photographer who's coming in. You guys, when we're all over your Facebook page and reaching out to you to get pictures, and we're not getting any good pictures. So we want to step into 2026 ready to represent ourselves, and that's why I chose to have the photographer come to do professional headshots. So that comes with your registration. So go ahead and get registered with that today. So those are some of our main things. And Feel the Till is our annual. So basically we do the Diva Dinner and Dialogue pretty much almost monthly. We do the Empowerment Series, which is quarterly. And then we have our Let's Talk About It Tuesday weekly. And then annually is our Vision of Victory, our Escape to Empower Me, and our Feel the Till. So when people say you're doing a lot, I don't feel like I am, but I guess to everybody else, it looks like I am. So, but those are just some of the things. But then we also have our community on Facebook. So if you're not part of the Decide Tribe on Facebook, we encourage you to do that. Also encourage you to, if you have anything that you saw during the week that motivated you, share it in the Decide Tribe. If you had a win yourself, let us celebrate you. So it's not a community where I'm just talking to you. It's definitely another place I'm able to share what we're doing. But I want to celebrate you and want that community to be a safe space for us to celebrate each other as well. We're September got off, but I'll put out, we have probably another for our Empower the Leader Within You series. We probably have another 6 laws of leadership. So I'm going to put that schedule out. And then hopefully, even though you didn't participate in the other 15 or so, it doesn't matter. You can still gain from the information about just being a leader. First, it's important to be able to lead yourself and then be able to grow from there. So I'll be getting that updated schedule with that. Our annual Give Back campaign with the Adopt a Grandparent will be kicking off mid-October. So please look forward to that. That gives us the opportunity to be able to bless over 400 seniors in Northern Mississippi that are in low income situations in the Northern Mississippi counties where we're able to do a gift. So we partner with our with the community, with our customers, with individuals that will help us be able to provide the gifts, and it's only at $15 a senior that you're able to sponsor. Then we provide those gifts to the Sacred Heart Southern Mission. So help us with that. And then I do group training and one-on-one coachings, and there's some great things that's going to be coming up in 2026 for group coaching opportunities, whether you're local or in out of town. So feel the teal. We hit our annual event. Of course, you guys know that's in memory of my sister. I decided today on, I just went to a class and they talked about like, how do you represent yourself when we're talking about LinkedIn? And the one thing I'm going to add to my LinkedIn platform is that I'm an ovarian cancer awareness advocate. Like, why do not have that on there? Because that is something near and dear to my heart. So we were able to raise $1,500 that's going to be split between DeSoto Hope, Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance, as well as Mary Kay Foundation. So through our support of all of our sponsors, Northwest being our premier sponsor, and Karen Walker, Angela Kidd, the Cairo Place being our next level sponsors, and then our food sponsors, we didn't have to take any of the money raised to pay for the event. And we had fun. It was just like had some fun. We just hung out and had fun, did bingo, and was able to give a lot away. We gave I forgot to count up the dollar amount of gift cards we were able to do a drawing for. So that cannot be done without our sponsors. So it is my passion, it is my goal that ovarian cancer gets the same amount of attention as breast cancer and all the cancers really, but ovarian and lung cancer are the two ones that I'm most passionate about. It's still not too late to participate in our travel, our cruise. If you want to get more information, you just text travel to that. It's in July of next year. We're going to Jamaica. This will be my 4th cruise that I have coordinated. It's just a lot of fun. We bring family and friends together, and it's just our goal to celebrate life. So we celebrate graduations, birthdays, and just being together. So that's still happening. I have, go to the next page, I think has the quarterly. Well, this is Friday. If you know that you want to be connected with some like-minded women, have fun in a great setting, do some dialogue of things that matter most to you, you want to be with us on Friday. So go ahead and text DDD back to the number that you probably got a text from, and you'll get information about that. It's not too late to join us. It's not too late to get in a position where you can get your professional headshot that you can use to represent you. I got selfies. We got trying to clip ourselves out of pictures with other people. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Ladies, we want to have a good photo of you. So go ahead and do that. Our last quarter. So we are wrapping up the quarter, you guys. So we're going to be starting to plan our 2026. So some of you who, especially that attend a lot of our events, we'll probably be looking to you to just get some feedback of what you enjoyed in 2025, what we don't have to do again in 2025, or what you want to look for. And even more importantly, we want to know how we can serve you, how Empowered by Ideas can serve you. So our last few events, Friday being the DD&D, and then on the 25th, as I mentioned, our empowerment breakfast. Our next DD&D and on the 7th is our Diva Dinner and Dialogue, but we'll have a pop-up shop is with it. So if you have a business, please let me know. I'll have probably about 10 vendors. I never have 2 of the same vendor so that you don't have to share in that space. but be able to promote yourself. So we have that, and then we'll close out the year with our vision to victory celebration. So when you text DD&D and go to the link, you'll be able to find all this information there as well. So we'll be updating some information for the last quarter also. Right now, if you are one of my subscription box subscribers, put it in the chat. We launched this in 2024. I think we're on box number 6. So the theme for it is get up, go hard, let God, and repeat. So we will be getting that out on this week, mailing it out, and then delivering them on Friday. So if you have felt like you have stopped dreaming, you just continue to be reacting to life, if you feel like you're doing everything for everybody else and not having any time to do the things that you want to do, and if you just are in the midst of a lot of chaos and can't get clarity, I promise you our subscription boxes for you. It gives you the opportunity just to focus on you. It's your own personal happy, as well as the journal is for the purpose of keeping you focused on the things that you that matter the most to you. And the only thing you can put in your journal is the things for you. So it's some fun stuff in there. We always have a journal. We always have a t-shirt. We always have a cute little pen, and we always have some type of drinkware. And then the other things are some fun things with it, and we wear that doggone theme out. So if you become unclear of the theme, I promise you will know by the time that we are done. So you can buy it as a one-time box as a gift. Katrina has been so consistent with using our subscription box as the way that she just sends gifts to people. And I do appreciate her for doing that. So you can order the box with the t-shirt or without the t-shirt. So she's done both. So I appreciate you, Katrina, with that. So, and we're working on that. So you can go ahead and do that. And we'll be launching our Christmas box probably at the beginning of November, so that we'll have a holiday box that you want to think about. So start thinking about people you can send a happy to, and we handle the shipping and everything with it. This is the information about the pop-up shop. So if you have a business, send the information to me through that text, and we can talk about if this would be a good fit for you. And there is a vendor fee with that. Connect with us if you want to see more about what we do. Check out our website, empoweredbyds.com. Also, you can find us on all social media platforms as well, Empowered by DS. If you have any questions or comments or any ideas that you want to share with us, go ahead and send it through email. I appreciate that as well. You can inbox and stuff, but if you can just email, that's probably the best way to connect with us. And here, I'm so excited. So I got all that out, all of that out. So remember, if you did not put in the chat where you tuning in for, if you didn't put in the chat where you let's stop the share. I'm gonna read your bio. Let's stop the share so you can go ahead and share. If you did not
you're not gonna read all of that, are you?
I'm gonna read as much as I want to. You can't make me.
Just read 2 lines.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. So I'm excited. And this is why I want to read it. I know often they're like, oh, they don't have to say that about me. But I like people to know, one, who is sharing with them, right? And then I like to celebrate people. So now, you gonna let me do what I want to do? Okay. So Katrina M. Kimble is a passionate wellness advocate, speaker, and trainer with nearly 2 decades of experience in nonprofit leadership. As program manager for the Alzheimer's Association, she educates communities about Alzheimer's disease and all other dementias and promotes brain health. She is a community health advocate who champions awareness and encourages proactive health practices. Katrina holds a BBA in Human Resource Management from the University of Memphis and a Health Minister certificate from the Wellesley Theological Seminary. She is also a certified men's health educator and a mental health first aid responder, reflecting her commitment to wellness. Her life's mission is to educate, equip, and empower communities to foster wellness, which is a driving force in her life. She is a proud mother and grandmother who lives by her daily affirmation, be well, not perfect. Introducing my friend all the way from somewhere in America right now, Katrina Kimble. You guys, I've been knowing Katrina for quite some time. And I just want to say publicly to you, Katrina, thank you so very much because you have been truly an encourager for me. You keep me on my toes. Because of you being a woman of excellence, you bring that out of me as well. So I thank you for always willing to support the things that I do, and for just loving on me the way that you do. So love you, girl. Take it away.
You're so welcome. Well, first of all, thank you, Denise, for giving me this opportunity to spend some time with the ladies this afternoon. And I want to thank you guys for carving out this time for yourself. So before we get started, and I know we're all in our individual spaces, I just want us to stop for just a moment. And I just want you to take a couple of deep breaths. I know today has been reflective for some people, it's been challenging for other people. Some people didn't say what their day was, but I think sometimes it's always good to center and bring yourself into this space, because some of y'all right now, right, is doing your grocery list in your head, and I want you to stop doing that. So I want everybody to just stop for just a moment. I want you to take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in and then take a deep breath out and let it out slowly. When was the last time you took a really good deep breath? A lot of times, especially us that are women, we're wearing so many hats and we run from here and from running there. We actually forget to breathe. And I remember when I was going to theological school, I wanted to go and I wanted to learn more about um, how to connect my faith to my work. And one of the things they taught us was shallow breathing is a reflection of shallow living. So what they taught us that throughout the day, and this is just a nugget, put this in your notes somewhere. Take a moment throughout the day. Make sure you put time on your calendar to breathe. We put everything else on our calendar. Doctor appointments, the kids appointment, the dog appointment, everything else. But remind yourself to stop throughout the day and take a couple of deep breaths, because that's also good for your brain and also good for your body. So Denise asked me to talk to you all tonight about the importance of taking care of your brain. And so that's what we're going to dive into. So I'm going to go over and grab this. Let's grab this presentation for you guys. Because one of the things that I do know to be true is that your brain is your greatest asset. I don't care how gifted, how talented you are. If you don't take good care of your brain, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So, we're going to talk about the 10 things you can do to protect your brain. We're also going to talk a little bit about stress, and we're going to talk about a couple other things. So, let me pull this up for you guys. Make sure y'all can see this. Okay, I'm going to put it in presentation mode. Okay. It is changed on my screen. I'm not sure why it's not changing on y'all's. So we're going to keep moving because we're going to be respectful of the time. So in my work at the Alzheimer's Association,
Hey, Katrina.
Uh-huh.
Try to do slideshow and see if it takes you to your first, like, hit slideshow at the top.
Okay. That's what I thought I did, but let me do it again. Okay. We will do it again. We will do it again. We will do it again.
You hit view.
Let me go up here. Slideshow right there. And we're going to start at the beginning. It don't like us tonight. That's crazy. Well, not crazy, but that's the second time it's done that today.
Okay.
I don't know why it's doing that. But what we're gonna do is we're not going to We are not going to waste everybody's time because everybody's here. So we're going to move forward and get this done. So when it comes to taking care of your brain, one of the things that we do know to be true, and we found this out actually last year, the American Heart Association and the American Alzheimer's Association, we got together and we actually did a study. And we found that the things that you do that's good for your heart is also good for your brain. Did anybody know that? Did anybody know that there was a direct correlation between heart health and brain health? Oh, and you guys can put stuff in the comments. Denise, if you'll check the comments for me,
Yep.
and you also can come off mute and talk to me. Did anybody know that? Okay, great. Yeah, I see a lot of no's. Good. So that lets me know I'm sharing some great information with you tonight. So, what people don't realize about heart disease and Alzheimer's is the same blood vessels that are flowing through your heart, they also go to your brain. So, if you want to keep your heart healthy and you want to keep your brain healthy, you got to make sure you're taking care of both of them. So, we're going to talk about tonight the 10 things you should do to keep your brain healthy. Now, I'm not sure what's going on because this presentation was showing and now it's not. So, we're going to try one more time. Okay, now it's up. I don't know why it's not going in presentation mode, you all, but we're going to keep moving forward because I want to make sure I cover everything with you. So, there are 10 things that every person can do to keep their brain healthy. So somebody tell me, why is it important to take care of your brain? Just anybody. You can say it, I'll come off mute. You can put it in the chat. Why is it important to take care of your brain?
Main organ, I guess.
Yeah.
Main important one.
That's your main organ. That the brain tells everything else what to do. If your brain is not healthy, then it doesn't matter because none of your other organs are going to function. So, real quick, one of the things that we're trying to do at the Alzheimer's Association is yes, we do want to have a world without Alzheimer's and dementia, but we also want to help people take care of their brains. And one of the main reasons why is because right now there's over 7 million people living with Alzheimer's. But the part that I'm concerned about is the fact that right now in the United States, we have more people dying from Alzheimer's than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. Also, when it comes to living with this disease, 1 out of 5 women will have Alzheimer's, specifically if you're a person of color. So that's why it's important we start having these conversations around taking care of your brain versus just focusing on the risk factors of Alzheimer's and dementia. Also, we do know Black Americans are twice likely to have Alzheimer's or dementia when it compares to Caucasian. We also know Hispanics are at top risk, and we do know women have the highest risk. So, if you're a woman and you're Black, you're double likely to have this disease. So let's dive in to talk about taking care of our brain. Why is it so important? There are several things you want to do because your cognitive ability to make decisions will impact your quality of life. Think about your brain this way. If you're driving on I-240 in Memphis, and everybody loves driving on I-240, when you're going around the expressway, you see exit signs. If you decide you want to get off the expressway, you see an exit, you'll get off and get back on because you know I-240 is just one big loop. But when your brain is not processing information correctly, such as with Alzheimer's or with dementia or any kind of brain traumatic injury, then your brain don't see the signals to tell you to make decisions. And your brain can't process all the information it's receiving. So that's why we want to dive in and take good care of our brain. So I'm going to put up our graphic for tonight. So this is the main thing we're going to be talking about is the 10 things that you need to do to take care of your brain. So the first thing we want to do is challenge your mind. Somebody tell me something that you do every day that challenges your mind or challenges your thinking. It could be anything. Y'all gonna make me start calling
I like
names.
to do puzzles.
Right. Thank you. Come on, Opal. Yes. Doing puzzles. Puzzles are challenging for your brain. Uh, Sudoku. I know in the African American community, playing spades and dominoes will get you hurt. Y'all, they'll flip a table. Y'all will start fighting. So that's good for challenging your brain. Scrabble, word search, anything that makes your brain get more active. Do you know
Do
just simply changing how you go home, driving home a different route challenges your brain? Somebody was saying something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said Duolingo, learning another language.
Yes, doing another language. I see you, Dr. Jones. Candy Crush. Yeah, that can be challenging. Yep, that'll challenge your brain. Yes, learning a different language. I have an 82-year-old godmother who is learning how to play the piano. She is a three-time cancer survivor. She has had colon cancer twice and breast cancer. And she got diagnosed with breast cancer, guys, at 72. At 72 years old, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she made a decision that once she got healed from breast cancer, she said, I always wanted to learn how to play the piano and I never did. So she is currently taking piano lessons 3 times a week and she loves it. And that's what I want you to stop and think about. What is the small thing that you can do right now? Like Denise said, we're getting ready to head into the fourth quarter of the year. The fourth quarter of the year. We only have so much time, so much energy, so much capacity. You already know what you have committed to. Don't stress yourself out trying to go to every holiday party. That's not challenging your mind. That's creating stress. So, what are those small little things you can do? It could be something as simple as, and I can tell you, I'm struggling with this. I'm trying to learn how to play video games. I have 2 grandsons. They're very into video games. I don't know nothing about video games, y'all, but I'm trying hard to learn how to play this Madden football game because they love it. I can't figure out how to work the knobs and the controllers, and they be stopping. Now you're doing it wrong. Okay, so that 2 hours I spend with them is challenging to my brain. So what you want to do is stay curious, just not nosy, curious. You want to ask yourself, what can I do to give my brain a little workout? What is there something that I can do that will challenge me? Like Denise said, learning a language. Taking a class, take a class about something that you've always been interested in, but you never made the time to do it. This might be a good time to say, okay, I'm going into the last quarter of the year. In the spring of next year, I'm going to take this class. It could be an art class. Maybe you want to learn how to paint or draw or color or anything like that to get you out of your comfort zone. The second one we're going to talk about is staying in school. And when we're talking about staying in school, we're not talking about staying in a college, but the school of life. Stay curious. Find something that you're interested in and learn about. I know for Denise, when we had the empowerment breakfast earlier this year, we talked about faith, family, finances, and fun. Is that right, Denise? Did I get all 4 of them right?
Yes.
Okay. So, for me, I went and enrolled in a finance class in fitness. Yeah, I know I was missing one. Yeah, that's the one I ain't doing. That's why I forgot it. But it's on this list. I'm gonna get to that one. I struggled with finance, understanding how money works. So I signed up and I'm still in the class. I'm taking a 6-month class about how to make your money work for you. And that's been very challenging for my brain. So I'm staying in the school of life about learning something, a new skill or a new something that makes my life better. Is there anybody that's in the group right now that's currently, maybe you're taking a class, maybe you've been in a workshop, something that you're excited about right now that you want to share with the group? Oh, by the way, if Denise didn't tell y'all, you have to talk. Even if you come off mute or put it in the chat. Is there something that you're currently doing or you're thinking about doing that's kind of got you excited?
Hey, good evening. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is Joyce. Good evening, everybody. I'm excited, kind of sort of. I just signed up or got accepted for a Milestone Circle. And so it's 12 weeks of working on one business goal for my business and being intentional and focused on it. So it is definitely exciting, but at the same time, it's stretching and all the things. But I did sign up for this and got accepted. So I'm looking forward to the challenge of it all. So I don't see it as a bad thing. But it is definitely working my brain.
That,
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Did,
yes.
Denise, did I see something in the chat?
I, no, I was saying I signed. I'm in the milestone circle too, so it's definitely a stretch.
Oh, well,
And
congratulations to both of you guys.
I'm taking a canning class.
Okay, Opal, taking the canning class. That's good. That's good. I see Carol Allen is logged in. Carol's always taking something. Carol, what are
Oh
you
my,
doing?
oh my gosh, yes. I'm taking a Shakespearean acting class because I'm totally critical, like I'm a critical thinker and I needed to loosen up. So I'm taking an acting class.
That's good. I have a friend that's doing a similar thing in Atlanta. She said that's what some of her feedback from her performance review. So she's taking an improv class, y'all. So when I met with her directors, they said she's very good at her work, but they're like, we really need you to kind of loosen up a little bit. So she was talking to another friend. So she is currently participating in a comedy improv class, and she'll be performing in their December finale. So I'm going to go down and see if my friend can be funny on stage intentionally.
wow.
Because she is not funny doing conversations. So we're going to see how this works. We're going to see how this works out. Does
No.
anybody else have something they want to share before we move to our next topic? All right, cool. This is one I know Denise talks about a lot of times, eating right. You all, I cannot emphasize this enough. When it comes to taking care of your heart and your brain, you want to eat a more Mediterranean style diet. What that means, you want to eat more fruits, more vegetables, things that come from the ground, strawberries, blueberries, those things are very good for the heart and for the brain. Eat more kale. Try to stay away from iceberg lettuce. Try to eat more kale, and more baby spinach is excellent for you. Red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, anything with a lot of color. You want to eat more lean meat, lean chicken, the more salmon. You want to try to grill your food as much as you can and try not to fry it. I know the fairs in town. Delta fairs in town. They're over there deep frying Twinkies and Snickers and everything in batter. And I know we in the South, we fry everything. But try to alternate your diet as much as you can. One of the things my family is trying is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're trying not to eat meat. We're trying to eat nothing but fruits and vegetables on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, I tell you, it's been going smoothly. No, it has not. It's challenging with two boys in the house, but we're trying it because we really want to do everything we can to keep this temple, this heart, this body, this short, precious life we have as healthy as possible. Um, you want to try your best to make sure that you're not eating as much processed food. And I know that's difficult. I know some communities don't have a grocery store or a farmer's market, but one of the things I started doing with a friend, we barter meals. And what I'm talking about is she loves to cook. So what we do is we get together and we meal prep because I'm trying to eat better. I travel a lot. I'm always on the road. I've been traveling for the last 2 weeks. I've been gone. But when I'm home, I try not to eat out. I try to eat more healthy. So just trying to eat the foods that come from the ground. Try to eat the bright colored foods. And you want to also watch your sugar intake. A lot of time people talk about salt, but you got to be careful with sugar. Sugar is added into a lot of our foods, a lot of your medications, and you definitely want to watch that fructose syrup. That's not good for you at all. That's not good for your heart or your brain. So try to eat as healthy as you can. Is there anybody on the line that has a fruit or a vegetable or something that you just truly enjoy eating that's a healthy option for you?
You see, Carol put in a chat. She does 4 to 5 colors a day.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Thank you, Carol. Um,
And Karen,
so
what were
Carol,
examples of that?
yeah, go say, what does that look like?
It's pretty easy. And honestly, on days where I'm really busy, I can just take a yellow, orange, red pepper, and a purple onion, which is 4 colors right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just add that in with some green. But I do try to do 4 to 5 colors a day. You'd be surprised at how you could do that, and it's really easy. And it's not always like raw foods either. That it's not always raw salads. And by the way, colors do not include brown and white.
Yes, yes, yes. You want to try to stay away from white. I'm glad you said that, Carol. You want to try to stay away from as much white as you can, like the white bread, the white rice. Instead of getting a white potato, get a baked sweet potato. You want to try to stay away from those types of things. I think somebody else put something in chat. What did they say? I'm trying to
Blueberries and strawberries. So Chandra said she likes blueberries and strawberries.
Absolutely. And even in the wintertime, if you buy them frozen, you can always buy them frozen and make a smoothie. You can always add them to yogurt. So just keep those things in mind because, again, all of this is going to keep your brain operating at its highest function. We're going to move quickly. Let's talk about managing your diabetes. And we're going to put diabetes and blood pressure together. If you're on medication, please take your medicine the way the doctor told you to take it, not the way you feel like taking it. And don't take your medicine the way your friend is taking their medicine. Don't borrow medicine. You'll be amazed at how many people borrow high blood pressure and diabetes medicine. Because, it's not time for me. I ran out of my prescription and I don't want to go to the doctor. I was talking to a pastor one time and we was talking about how some of the, it's bad because of our health system, but there are so many seniors that meet up at church on Sunday and they're swapping out medications. Well, she taking 20 milligrams of metformin and I'm only taking 10. So I'm going to break it in half and I'm just going to take half of the medicine. That medicine was set up based on that person's body weight and their need, not yours. Matter of fact, me and the sheriff officer was talking. We were saying some of the biggest drug deals go down on Sunday morning because people out in the parking lot switching out medications.
No,
they are. We have had so many seniors sent to the emergency room for taking the wrong kind of medicine or taking too much of somebody else's medicine. And I've been doing this for a while, guys. I have been working in community health for a long time, and this has been a consistent problem. This didn't just happen because of COVID. This didn't just happen because of the administration. This has been going on for years. People just don't like to go back to the doctor and get their medicines refilled. So they'll just trade and swap out medicine. If you are doing that, please stop doing it. And if you have a loved one doing it, please tell them to stop. They want to manage their diabetes and their blood pressure based on the advisement of their doctor. Please do not stop taking your medicine. I had a person that stopped taking their medicine and they said, well, I started taking apple vinegar. Yeah, I started feeling better. Vinegar is not a cure for everything, and that doesn't work for everybody. I am not against trying natural supplements. I am not against trying any type of herb. But what I am a strong advocate for is work with your physician so that you can make sure you're getting the best quality of care. And I'm going to leave that at that because I'm not a clinician. All right. The one that everybody struggles with is maintain a healthy weight. I think everybody gained the COVID 25 pounds. They called it COVID-19, but I think that COVID 25 pounds is still hanging around. Be honest with yourself. Do what you can do. If you can't go to the gym and work out, try to walk. If you're not going to do that, try to modify your meals. But you want to try to get yourself to a healthy weight. The more weight you carry, the harder your heart has to work to pump blood to it. I can speak to that because heart disease runs through my family. I lost my father to congestive heart failure. And out of all of my siblings, there's 7 of us. Right now, there's only 2 of us not on high blood pressure medicine out of 7 children. So, You want to take care of your weight. This one I definitely want to talk about is sleeping well. How many of you all know that there's a difference between sleeping and resting? How many of you gone to bed at night and woke up just as tired as you laid down? I can see hands going up, heads nodding. You want to create a sleep routine. Just like when you get up in the morning and you have a routine, you brush your teeth, you get dressed for work. What is your routine to get ready for bed? I'll give you an example. I'm a caregiver for my mom. My mom is our mom, I should say, is 93. She'll be 94 in January. So what we have to do to get her ready for bed at night, we start turning the lights down in the house around 8 o'clock. Also, we lower the temperature a little bit in her room to get her room kind of cool. Also, we put a diffuser in her room. She sleeps really good if we put peppermint oil or eucalyptus oil in her diffuser so she can breathe it while she's sleeping. So we found those things and keep light out of her room. We had a TV in her room with a little blue light on it. We took some electric tape and covered the light so she couldn't see it. Because what happens to your brain, if it sees any kind of light, it's still thinking, oh, I need to be doing something. I need to process. Oh, what should I be doing? So you want to try to get your room as dark and as comfortable as possible. Now, I know there's somebody on here right now that sleeps with the TV on. I'm not going to fight with you about sleeping with the TV on, but I'm just telling you, your brain and your heart needs really good deep REM sleep. And if you can try to start weaning yourself off of sleeping with the TV on, that would be much better for you. Is there anybody that has found something that helps them to sleep at night? I saw somebody says they read at night, or I think somebody says they watch TV. Anybody else has something that they found to help them to get a good night's sleep?
Oh, wait. I was about to ask Dr. Kendra, like, what do you mean sleep is the new smoking? So she said sleep is the lack of sleep is the new smoking. What do you explain that, Dr. Kendra?
Hey, yes. So, there are a lot of studies out now that talks about how important sleep is. And as our speaker is talking about getting into that REM sleep, and how when you don't sleep, like nothing else, your brain doesn't rest, right? And so it is. Uh, you're not going to lose weight. Since we love to talk about that.
Mhm.
You don't process well, and so and then I don't know the mortality data, but when you don't sleep, this is what when we go forward, so spring forward, that's when people have like more heart attacks, when you don't have sleep. So it's very important to get a good sleep hygiene and wean off the TV, and for me now it's like the iPad. Like I have to do my puzzle before I go to bed. So, but and I see the magnesium, that's actually really good. She mentioned eucalyptus, white noise. I think we don't use that enough. So, getting your white noise machine to sleep, dropping the temperature, as she said, is really base. And so, just practicing. I'm working on that too. Just getting a really good sleep hygiene.
And that could be simply sleeping with a fan on. You know, try different things. It takes some time to kind of find what works for you, because what works for one person won't work for another person. But what you're saying is so true, because we actually I was at a meeting with some HR directors, and they were sharing the Society for Human Resource Management just did a wellness study, and it showed that people were actually taking PTO instead of traveling and going on vacation. They were just staying at home sleeping. They were just taking days off so they could go home and get some good rest, because they're not sleeping at night and they're not resting.
Mhm.
Um, a couple more things, because I'm being mindful of the time. Definitely moving. I don't say exercise because I know everybody doesn't like to exercise, but find some type of movement, whether you're dancing, cleaning up your house, I know all the senior centers and the community centers offer line dancing. That's something I'm going to sign up to do. Y'all, I have no rhythm. I mess up the Soul Train yarn every year at the family reunion. So I have set on my bucket list for 2026. I'm going to take a line dancing class and finally find some rhythm so I can stay on beat with everybody else. But find something that gives you some type of movement. Again, all those things are good for your heart and for your brain. Um, we have long told people to stop smoking. Now we're telling people to stop smoking and stop vaping. Those vape pens. There's no regulation about what goes into those vaping pens. There's you get all these different fragrances. You get blueberry and strawberry and all these different things, but you don't know what else has been put in there to make it have that smell. And that's a huge problem among young people. They don't smoke, but we're finding young people as early as 10 and 11 already vaping.
Oh,
That
wow.
is not good for your heart and your mind. And it doesn't help also when we talk about smoking. Also, that includes using the herbs, the marijuana, because you're getting it mixed. You don't know what's in it. And it's challenging because you actually have some parents that are telling their children it's fine to smoke weed because it's a good way to relax. So there are all these different combating messages out here, but you want to try to avoid that at all costs. The last three big things we're going to talk about is protecting your head. If you roller skate, you ride a bike, you out here rollerblading or riding an electric bike, make sure you wear a helmet. Brain traumatic injury is on a high incline. It's increasing with adults. Please protect your head. Even if you're outside working in your yard, wear your goggles, protect your eyes. Unfortunately, earlier this summer, we had a gentleman that was outside cutting a tree limb down, working in his yard, and the tree hit him in the head,
Mm.
knocked him out. Unfortunately, the way the tree hit him, he ended up with a brain bleed,
Mm.
and he now has early onset dementia. So you want to try to protect your brain, okay? Before I transition for the last two things, is there anybody got any questions for me? Am I making sense to anybody?
Good information.
Yes.
Good information.
Okay. All right. The last thing we're going to talk about is managing your stress. I know y'all get tired of talking about stress, talking about stress, talking about stress, talking about stress, talking about stress. This is what I do know, and I learned this from Denise, and I also learned this from Carol because I used to be in Mary Kay with them. Every decision that you have made has gotten you to where you are right now. And if you want to change your life, you're going to have to make the decision to change it. People, places, and things. I'm in a season of, I tell people all the time, I have the gift of goodbye. People talk about all the different anointing and spiritual gifts they have. I pray for the gift of goodbye because I'm loyal to a fault. I'm one of these people that will be still holding on to you while you beating me upside my head because I don't like throwing people away. I don't like ending stuff. I feel loyal to people. But when people aren't serving you or a situation isn't serving you anymore, you need to let that go. So the three things I will tell you that's very important is one, you need to identify whatever's causing stress in your life and you need to get rid of it. I don't care what it is. And I'll be transparent. I have a sister. Whenever she comes home, she stresses everybody out but me because I don't engage with her. I will go see her, but spending a whole lot of time with her, I'm not going to debate with you because that's her personality. The second thing, know what you need in this season of your life. Too often, we're trying to fulfill a role that somebody gave us for a season of your life when you could do something and you no longer can do that. Let that go. And then the last thing I will say to you about managing your stress is it's okay to just not do anything. Just because you can do it don't mean you the one that should be doing it. Don't let people start putting a bunch of stuff on your calendar. One of the things I can say, I love my church, Brown Baptist. I'm involved in my church, but I don't be at everything. Folks be asking about what's happening to Brown. I don't know. I wasn't there. And the simple truth of the matter is, Brown is not my life. You know, I work full time. I'm a full time caregiver, and those are the things that are I focus and put my energy into. As I get ready to wrap up, I do want to share 2 quick announcements with you all. And
Before you wrap up, just a moment there with this whole stress thing. A lot of times, you guys, we're holding so much in our heads that can overwhelm you. So I always tell people when, and it's been a couple of situations, we're just talking, they start naming all this stuff that they're doing. I said, is it on paper? If you can just get it out of your head on paper, now you can kind of find some clarity in it all, or you can realize that it's so much that you're thinking you should be doing, and 1, you're never going to do it, or 2, it's not even important. So I encourage you to be a brain dumper, like brain dump as much as you can, because I honestly believe in my heart of hearts, I haven't proved this anywhere in no study, that our heads it's just like computer chips, like the computer can only hold so much. At a point when you have too much in it, it's just not clear. It can't function right. So you have to get it out your head and do on a regular basis the do, dump, delegate, delay exercise, because you'll find that there's some stuff that you trying to hold on to that, 1, is not even important in this season. Because I think it's important. I love what Katrina said, because I talk about this all the time. Being the best version of yourself in your current season. So something that you worried about doing may not even need to be done currently, can be done next quarter. So you release it. So once you release it, you can function better versus holding on to the guilt of what you should be doing when it's not even necessary to be done. It's just because it's in your head, and you have lumped everything together as a whole. So do that, do, dump, delegate, and delay exercise on a regular, just so that you can only function. And the other thing, as going into this last quarter of the year, this is something I have trained on for years, is sit down now and write down everything that, if you have holiday parties, because it usually gets busier in the last quarter. Write that all down on paper so that you know how much, and from an entrepreneur standpoint, then you realize how much time you have available to do what you need to do. Because sometimes we're traveling, we have family coming in, those become like X out days. And then you can see really what's really going on. And then you you can tell yourself, oh, I cannot afford to sign up for anything else now that I see everything I've been obligated to. So we have more control than we think we do. And stop taking on other people's stuff when you need to. And as many of us on here are older than we are younger. We have to be mindful of those things, because brain fog, we didn't talk about that, is real. And if you have that in addition to all the other stress and all the other stuff, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah. And before we close up, I put in the chat, but I want to say this. Please release the unrealistic expectation that you have on yourself and others. We write these stories in our head about ourselves and other people, and it's not true. So don't expect something that you've never done. I'll give you a prime example. I hate shopping. I would rather go get my teeth cleaned than go in the store and go shopping. That's just how much I hate shopping. That's why I love Denise's subscription box. So when I forget somebody's birthday, I just go, Denise, I need a box. One of my friends get promoted, send a box. I'm sending a box everywhere. I feel like Oprah. You get a box. They get a box. Everybody get a box. Because I don't have the capacity to go in a store and shop. I work full time. I'm a full-time caregiver. I'm also helping my son, who's a single dad, raise 2 sons. I don't have the capacity or the energy to try to figure out what kind of gift to give somebody. I love everybody, but I don't have that to give right now. So finding the things that will release the stress off of me, I click list. I don't go in Kroger. I don't care who picked them apples. I just need 4 apples. So using technology to make your life better too.
Katrina, one last thing before you move on. So let's tie this back into Alzheimer's. Like if I'm somebody experiencing that, because I know you experienced it, how can you connect kind of how they can, some things that you have been able to do, because not only are you Alzheimer's Association representative, but you're living it, right? You're living that life as well. So for those, because I know we have a couple people on here who is learning that and having to face the fact that their parent is going through that. So can you share just quickly, thank you for sharing the line, but just even your personal experience, some things that I know you mentioned just how you help your mom, but some of the things they're looking for and some of the things that can help them through that caregiving process.
Okay. You would ask me that question, wouldn't you?
You know I would.
Right. Y'all, I'm going to get her when we get off this call. Okay. So real quickly, what I would say to every caregiver, I don't care if you're taking care of an autistic child, maybe you're caring for someone that's battling cancer. What I have found from my brain, there are 5 things, 5 C's. One, you got a capacity. But some of the stuff that you were doing, you're going to have to let go. You got to get rid of because you're not going to have the time to do it anyway. You need a care team. The care plan is for the person that you're taking care of. That's the stuff the doctor's saying the person needs, their medications and all that stuff. But who's your care team? Like, who are the people that's going to keep you in check? Like, make sure you go to the doctor. The person that makes sure you take your medicine. I will say that Denise and Joyce are great about that. I don't worry about planning vacation. I just look and see whatever Denise is doing. Oh, I'm going over there because my brain don't function that way. Communicate. You got to open your mouth. We have this thing in the Black community about what happens in our house stays in our house. That's what's killing us because we're trying to do everything by ourselves, and we're stressed out and we're killing ourselves. The key to communication is you got to communicate the right thing to the right person. Don't ask somebody to do something they've never done. For example, I have a sister. I don't even know why she got a stove in her house. She can't cook, so I'll never ask her to cook. I let her order the medical supplies for our mom. She gets the pens and stuff. Communicate what you need. And then number 4, have compassion. Have compassion for the person you're caring for, but make sure you have compassion for yourself. Know that you're doing the best you can with what you got and you're doing all you can do. And nobody signs up. There's not a class, there's not a school that said, come learn how to be a family caregiver. There's not an institution of caregiving where you can come get a certificate. So give yourself a break. Just know that you're doing the best you can with what you have. And on some days, it's going to suck. And it's okay to let it suck. And then the 5th thing I would say to anyone that's being a caregiver, and I think this is the thing I think that a lot of people fail at, is take care of yourself. Your life is not over as a caregiver. That's just a part of your life. And I can say when I first moved back home in 2018, started taking care of my mom, I stopped doing everything. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't really talking to my girlfriends. I would text them every now and then. But my mom became my life because I chose to leave everything in Memphis and move home. Nobody asked me to. I made that choice. But what I found was I was isolated. I was getting depressed because all I was doing was caregiving, going to work and caregiving. And so I had to step back and go, okay, what do I need? So take care of yourself. So if there's someone that's on this journey to caregiving, find some joy in it. A lot of days my mom don't have a clue who I am. And I don't care. And give the disease a name. My mom's Alzheimer's is named Bertha. When my mom is being sweet and know who I am, her name is Maggie. But when I go in there and she's cutting up and swinging a bat, that's Bertha. Bertha is in the house. And Bertha got an attitude and Bertha mean. And so I had to learn to separate her who from her do. That's what she's doing. That's the disease, but that's not who my mother is. My mother would never lay her hands on me or curse. That's not her character. So you just got to separate the who from the do. The disease is over there, but this is who the person is, and this is who I love. I hope what I said made sense and to help somebody.
Yes. So Denise, I wanted to add this. Also with caregivers, there are some resources out there that you can lean on and get. And make sure you get those resources. A lot of times what I found when I work with Alabama Cares, and that is for caregivers,
And what I found that a lot of caregivers do, and you kind of hit on it a little bit, Miss Katrina. You hit
Mhm.
on it when you said about they try to do everything themselves. A lot of times caregivers go, I shouldn't even ask them. Every time I ask them, they say no. But you still should continue to ask them because there may be that one time that they say yes. So make sure that you use the resources. Every state has there's a Mississippi Cares, there's the Alabama Cares, the Illinois Cares, and if anybody needs that information, I do have each state cares program that they can get from me.
Okay. I did
Hey,
drop it.
this is Kendra, and I also want to. We got to double down on the caregiving. And so one, I want you to think about the statistic that more caregivers die before the person that they care for because they don't take care of themselves. Or have a heart attack. And I saw that in practice more than I would like to admit. And so you have to be able to take care of yourself, use the resources. If you don't like how it is, it's like dating. So, okay, ask for another one, like, get somebody that you can work with, whether it's in the family or not in the family, and then also learn how to deal with the disease. And I have to thank the Alzheimer's Association because a lot of people don't understand and they think it's mom. And I'm like, no, this is not your mom. This is the disease. And so thank you so much for this talk. It was really great.
One last thing with Denise, because I know we got to wrap up. We're at the top of the hour. I did put some links in the chat. So the 1-800 number, also our website. Two quick things. The Alzheimer's Walk is coming up in Memphis on November the 1st. I did drop the flyer in there. Also on October the 2nd, we are having a volunteer recruitment event. I put that flyer in the chat. And November is National Alzheimer's Month, and it's also National Caregivers Month. So I want to challenge everybody for the month of November. If you know a caregiver, if you don't do nothing but send them a thank you card or send them a words of encouragement or send them a gift card so they go get them something to eat, try to do something for a caregiver during the month of November because they do feel so invisible because so much focus is on the person they're caring for. And a lot of times they feel unseen. I want to thank Denise for giving me this opportunity to spend some time with you ladies. Again, I hope I've said something to support you on your journey to being whole and being healthy because I do believe we've been called to be well and not perfect. So thank you and have a great night. I'm turning it back over to Denise and I'm shutting up.
Awesome. 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 This was good information. Good information. Yes. Thank you, Katrina, so very much for sharing. Yes, I had to ask that at the end because I know, especially, with us being older, we are often now being the ones to take care of with this one. I love it because you were able to help us take care of ourselves, right? Understanding some of the things that I am going to take really and figure out my nighttime routine because my lack of sleep and, I will work until whatever time of the morning. So I am definitely going to do that. That's one of the things my takeaway. But you guys, with this information, my whole desire is one to, of course, through the process of empowering us ourselves to be the best version of ourselves, that we share the information that we hear. We are our sister's keeper. If you know, like, we have gotten a specific call to action of what we can do to help someone in November, but we don't have to wait to then because I'm sure everybody on this call knows someone who's probably taking care of someone who is in early signs of Alzheimer, going through the process, trying to adjust. So let's support them. Tell them the information. The recording will be up. Please share the recording. I applaud you guys for taking the time out of your schedule to get on, but let's they say empowered women empower. So you have been empowered. So how can we spread it between our family, our friends, the women that we know, the people that we love in our lives? and be able to just continue to what the time that Katrina spent here, that we can also be able to make it reach even further. So that's our closing. Thank you guys for being on. And probably next couple of days, you can find the video on Empowered by DS, our YouTube channel. And like I said, share the link for somebody who may not have been able to get on tonight. So thank you, Katrina, for your info, your time, your expertise, and what you do to just being an advocate for women and all that. You know, I pray for that God will continue to protect you as you're going up and down those highways, and being able to make a difference for those individuals, just being a true advocate for them. So I'll get this information so that we can have it, that you put in the chat as well, so people can have it. So, and I'll share it in our, can you share those in our the Side Tribe Facebook group?
I sure will. I will post everything tonight. Thank you guys so much.
You guys have a great rest of the night. Thanks for getting on. For those of you local, I hope to see y'all on Friday. Yay.